Hi all, in this video we will see what is AWS Workspace and a simple demo to set up a workspace for a user. So AWS Workspace is a AWS managed desktop as a service. AWS Workspace is a persistent desktop service for the users to access their data, application and their resources. It is highly scalable. It can scale up to thousands of desktops for the users within minutes and scale down the desktops when the users start using. And it has a good security features. It is deployed within the VPC, and so no data are stored on the user local devices. And it provides persistent encrypted volumes which can be integrated to KMS service also. Regarding the cost factor, you don't want to over provision or buy your hardware for the future. The AWS workspace is built as per the workspace usage. If you use for 1 hour, the billing will be for 1 hour. And the provisioning can be either a Windows or a Linux desktops, and it provides 99.9% of uptime. Now let's walk through workspace design. When user inputs login credentials in the workspace client, it creates an encrypted session with AWS authentication session gateway. And in turn, it connects AD connector, which proxies between the authentication gateway and Simple AD to get the Kerberos token. When the login is successful, the connection is redirected to the streaming gateway, which in turn connects the Amazon workspace. From the workspace to connect to the internet, the connection will be established via NAT gateway and an internet gateway. You should be noted here, from Amazon workspace, you can initiate a connection to internet, but you cannot initiate a connection from internet to the Amazon workspace. All the connections should come via the workspace client. From the workspace to connect to other AWS resources, the connection can be established by opening the required security group or NACL. In this workspace demo, we will set up a AWS managed Simple AD and a workspace for a test user. And then we will test the connection of the user workspace. In my AWS console, I have created a VPC for this workspace, and I have created a subnets, both in a public and private subnet, and have an internet gateway and an NAT gateway to connect to the internet from the workspace. To create the workspace, we'll go to the workspace service. Okay, to set up the workspace, first we need to create a AD. To set up the AD service, we need to go to set up AD, and there will be 3 directory types available: AWS managed Microsoft AD, Simple AD, and a AD connector to connect your on-prem or a Azure AD. So for this demo, I will select Simple AD. I'll select small, and it's a organization name. It should be unique, and I will give a test DNS name. It's optional. I will create a password to administrate the AD. And this is an optional, but it is good to have a description for the directory. So in this section, we need to select the VPC where the workspace on the AD should be set up. I'm selecting the workspace created for I'm selecting VPC, which is created for the workspace, and selecting the subnets on the private. Now you can review your AD options here and create the AD services. If you see, it will take some time to get it registered and become active. We'll wait for some time to get it active. Now the directory services become active and we need to register it. So let's start the registration, and we need to select the subnets which is in the private subnet. So let me see what are the private subnets. These two are the private subnets. Okay, I've selected the 2 subnets. This is for the self-service permission. It's for the permission for the users to rebuild the workspace or change the size, type. So we will not provide the access to the users now. And this is Amazon Work Docs to for the users to back up their documents and sync their workspaces. So if you see, it is registering and it will take few minutes to get it registered. Yeah, it is registered now. Now let's go to the workspace to create a, say, when we go to launch workspace, if you see, there is only one directory service available. So I'm selecting that. So we don't have a users created in our directory. So we can create a user from here straight away. We need to provide the email address here. To this email address, we will get the login credentials. So I'm creating a user. If you see, the user has been created now. So let's select the bundle. So you can select which OS you need. You can select an Amazon Linux or Windows 10. If you want, you can select Windows 10 with Office 360. Office 2016. And you can select the preferred CPU, memory, root volume, and user volume based on your needs. Now I will select my Windows 10. You can see what is my assigned bundle here. I'm creating it. So this is the running mode. It has two running mode, always on and auto stop. Always on is like if you're not using the workspace also, you will build for that. For auto stop is like if you're not using for 1 hour or 2 hours, we can make the AWS to bring down your workspace. So I'm selecting auto stop for 2 hours. The encryption, if you want your root volume or user volume to be encrypted, you need to select this. You can launch it. If you see, now the workspace has started creating and it is in pending state. It will take approximately 20 minutes to get it available. So we will wait for some time and we'll get back from here. Now the workspace became available. You can review your workspace details here. And if you go to your mailbox, you can see a mail from the workspace giving your registration code, the download link for the client, and the password reset or password set. Okay. Now I will download the workspace client based on your laptop OS or your system OS. I have already downloaded and installed in my laptop. Okay, here I need to provide the registration code which you have got in your mail, and this will show the network connections and it is connected. If there is any issue with your connectivity, it will show here. Now I will register my workspace with the registration code. It will redirect to my login page. So here I need to provide the username. The password, you will get a link from your mail to set your password. So I have updated the password. So provide your credentials here. See, you can log into your workspace now. As it is for the first time, it is setting up your workspace. It will take few minutes to build it and get your workspace available. So if you see, my workspace is coming up. See, I got my workspace available here. So I will connect to the internet to check the internet connectivity. Okay, I have opened my Firefox browser. able to see and connect the workspace. So by this way, you can provide a user with a workspace, desktop as a service like Citrix or a VDI in few minutes, and you can give an internet connectivity. If you want to block the internet connectivity, you can block it.